we all know about the drama of the Sunday Oscar slap by Will Smith on the Chris Rock. So to get out of the way, the two questions, was it fake or staged? It was definitely not staged. You can see the emotions on the Will Smith face when he's shouting in an aggressively way, when he's already on his chair and shouting to the Chris Rock. He's a very good actor, but that would be very hard to stage, so definitely not. So now about the aggression, I totally understand his emotions, that in such situation we are normally boiling when the close ones are offended, especially in the public sphere. But he could do much more by publicly expressing his views on ableism and misogyny on his speech. So that would be much more effective. And now we would speak about those topics instead of the toxic masculinity. So today morning I was thinking, let me see if these charts are on the astrodata.com, and to my happiness we have a Smith wheel with 8 ratings, so it's very accurate, and we have also the Chris Rock with the B ratings. His birth time is from his biography, and I have rectified his chart from Pisces Lagna to Aries Lagna. So for me there are a few arguments for the Aries Lagna. First of all, he is very famous, so the Moon and Jupiter on Lagna suits much more. Then we have this 10th from the Moon, is showing his career life. We have Mercury and Venus there. By the way, in the both chart we have 10th from Moon related to the Mercury and Venus. So this only proves the point that what you are doing would be in the 10th from Moon, but how you are doing the things will be in the 10th from Lagna. And this also shows that this Mercury and Venus is the yoga for actor, for artists, and people who are working in the entertainment sector. When we set this ascendant to Aries, we also have this Mercury and Venus, which are the 7th lord in the 10th house. So for people who are working with the scene, we know that he's an entertainer, so he's working directly with the people. He is speaking to people, he wants to make them laugh. So the 7th house is now related to the way of work. So now this is in the 10th house and also in the 10th from the Moon. The other point is that his mother was working as a teacher and also social worker for mentally handicapped people, and we have this 4th lord Moon with the Jupiter. So the Moon is social work, medicine, helping others, feeding others. It can be also food related jobs, all that. So the 4th lord being the Moon, and this is with Jupiter, which is showing the teacher. And the last vote for the Mesha Lagna, for the Aries Lagna, not Pisces, is that the demise of the father was in Venus Mercury, and Venus Mercury is in 10th house. So this is the Maraka, or a death place for the father, because the 2nd and 7th from the house are the dangerous houses. 10 is the 2nd from the 9th house, and the 9th house shows the father. This also proves what Parashara is saying, that the real house for the father is the 9th house. So we know that Will Smith is American rapper. He started from that, then he is a film producer and actor. He is noted for achieving the groundbreaking success for his musical career, and then his career took off as an actor and in television. And although Will Smith was raised in very Christian upbringing, in 2018 he was performing the Abhishek of Lord Shiva in the Haridwar in India. He also performed the Arati of the river Ganga, and he says that he feels the deep connection to Indian spirituality, and you can also find on Wikipedia that he is very much interested in Indian astrology. So in Will Smith we can use the Kshema dasha because the Moon will be in the 6th house, but we will use the normal Moon Vimshotlari because these are public people and this event was also very public. So my first objection would be that this is a very small portion of time. Would that be seen in his natal chart? In his yearly chart, probably yes, but in his natal chart, when there are so many things, would the natal chart would also show what has happened on a Sunday at the Oscars? So we have few points here. Vimshotlari dasha, it was Venus, Sun, Jupiter. So Mahadasha Venus, Sun Antardasha, Jupiter Pratyantardasha. We see here that Aruda Lagna will be in Virgo. Lord of Mercury is with Venus. So again, Mercury Venus connected to Aruda Lagna shows working in the sector of entertainment. And we see here that Aruda Lagna is with Sun. This can make a person publicly hard. And how? The Sun is with Ketu, which is the 7th lord. 7th lord shows in the matters of relationship, and Ketu could be this impulsive reaction, someone who has very strong reflex. So we see that the yoga is there, but what is very important is that the Antardasha was of Sun. Antardasha is very important because it shows what is happening in our relationship with other people. So the Sun Antardasha is directly related to Aruda Lagna, so something public will happen at the time. And we see that this is with the Ketu, 7th lord, which has to do with relationship. He's also around 50, so the Sun is very strong now in his chart. And we know that Sun, when it comes to ego and being hard, is the primary planet to see. The Narayana Dasha was of Scorpio, and we see that the Mars is in the 4th house, and Mars is in 0 Digbala. This may also show us doing some mistake. Mars in 4th also is very impatient when it comes to learning, education, public, and also possibly the cognitive reactions. This becomes very important because the Jupiter is the Tithesha, and this shows how we are working with others when it comes to our relationship with them. How is our culture? So now this Mars is afflicting that culture, and this happened in the Narayana Dasha of Scorpio. And we see that the main yoga of Sun and Ketu is in 12 from the Moon, so it shows that it has something to do with his private life, but this also includes the Ketu, which is the 2nd lord from the Moon, because the Moon is in Libra, so 2nd lord from the Moon would be Scorpio sign. Scorpio is loaded by Ketu, so something to do with work, the Oscars, and also something to do with private life, because it's in 12 from the Moon. So to me, I'm quite satisfied with what the chart is showing for now. The Kshema was Rahu, Saturn, Rahu. This will more show what is personally going on, and the Saturn is in 7th from the Moon and 7th from the Lagna Lord, which is showing that how the person is provoked by others, especially if the malefic is there, and what is in the mind of the person when he is relating to other people. So we have the Saturn debilitated and Vargotam. This is very good, however, for Taurus Lagna, generally for success, but for those personal relationships, this could be a challenge. And now in the yearly chart, we can see that Sun, Mercury, and Mars. This is definitely showing this fight, because Mercury is the communication. This is with 2 fiery grahas with Sun and Mars, and guess what? That was exactly the time of the Virgo when it happened. So the Virgo was active, the yoga is there, and this is in the 6th house of conflicts and fight. So now let us see the chart of Chris Rock. The dasha was Rahu, Mercury, Moon. So it was Rahu Mahadasha, Mercury Antardasha, and the Moon Pratyantardasha. Now these planets are affecting the 10th from Lagna and 10th from Moon, so whatever happened in this period, it will influence the status of the person and the image. And we see here that Rahu in the 2nd is aspecting the 10th by both Rasi and Graha Drishti, and Mercury is in the 10th from Lagna and the Moon. Now Mercury here is very important because first of all it is combusted, so it's again the Sun thing coming up, the Sun affliction, but now this humiliation is more because this is the real combustion. And this is also the 6th lord, which is showing the fight. And then if we want to see what this fight is about, we have to see the other lordship, and the other lordship will be the 3rd house, and 3rd house is all about the communication. So this is fight related to communication and in the work, because it's 10 from Asana and 10 from Moon. It couldn't be more precise. The Narayana Dasha was also of these planets of Mercury, Sun and Venus, so again very accurate. Aruda Lagna would be here in the Aquarius. We have Saturn. If Saturn is an own sign, we have to see Venus, and we again have connection to Venus and Mercury, so person is working in the entertainment sector. Also the one argument for the Aries is that the marriage he had was in the Moon Dasha, so if we take Aries, the Moon is with the 12th lord now. So the marriage Dasha normally is related to the 12th house or the Lord. If we take the Pisces, we don't have that clear connection. Now in the yearly chart, we have the same as the natal chart. We have the same ascendant Aries. So this year will be very important for the fame and reputation. And we have the same yoga, 6th lord is Mercury with Sun and Saturn in the 10th house. So we can say that especially that will happen in this year and in this month. We have the connection of the 3rd lord again, which is the talk and speech, and we have the 6th, which is showing the fight. Also the yoga is, because the Saturn again is giving the results of Venus, and we have this Venus-Mars in Sagittarius. This is also the fight with the theme of protecting some woman, or it's like going to war or protecting some values, because it's all about the Sagittarius, it's all the values, and the Venus is there and the Mars is showing the fight. So again, we have the very clear connections to what has happened. Okay guys, so that's all for today. I hope you find it interesting or at least entertaining. If you do, please click that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you in the next one.